101 West Lime Street, baby.
So you understand and you didn't show understanding.
All right, guys, welcome back to Mondays with McGriff. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me coming back. Like I've always got something that say, okay, what can we be better at? That's a heck of a job. Then walk all the way and come back, right? Come on. All right, Yellow Jackets, and all right, Polk County and basketball fans, not just Yellow Jacket fans, but we know we have some fans that are just basketball fans. Welcome back to Mondays with McGriff. It's week 13. It's episode 12. Week 13. We've made it to the regional semifinals, Class 6A Region 2 semifinals, the Sweet 16 here. And so our two soapbox issues are all about that. Staying focused. We're heading to the 6A, Class 6A Region 2 semifinals versus the number one team in Class 6A, the Edgewater Eagles. They're the number one team in Class 6A. We'll talk about that. But that's it's a great opponent. All these games are elimination games. Next Tuesday, February 20th at Edgewater. Okay, so that's our number one issue. It's the regional semifinals, Sweet 16 against the number one ranked team in Class 6A. Orlando Edgewater Eagles at Edgewater Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets online. And then my second soapbox issue, right quickly, congratulations to the remaining teams. I'll say them in order from the biggest class to the smallest class. Congratulations to Winter Haven, who plays on Tuesday. Congratulations also to Santa Fe Catholic in 3A and Victory in 2A. So we're rooting for all the Polk County teams. We were rooting for everybody. We couldn't root for Lakeland because we had to play them. But we were rooting for everybody, and there's 4 teams remaining, and so we're rooting for all those teams. We wish you well, and we hope that everybody's playing on Friday. Everybody in Polk County, including us, is playing on Friday. We know that those 3 teams are at home, and so we know it'll be packed crowds at Winter Haven. The girls are playing at Winter Haven. We know Santa Fe's playing at home. We know Victory's playing at home. The Yellow Jackets are playing on the road, and that'll be fine. Our fans will show up. It'll be a great crowd over there. So congratulations to all the Polk County teams still playing, okay? Let's get into our weekend review very quickly here. Obviously, we had a 1-game week, the regional quarterfinals, the round of 32. First round matchup between a familiar opponent, the Lakeland Dreadnoughts, who we had met 5 days before in the district championship game. And this time, we got them again. We beat Lakeland 55-48 in the game. And it was our 20th win of the season. So it was a great win. First, I want to say it was a great job by Coach Taylor. Okay, we knew his team were going to respond. We know they were going to respond. We played really well in the district championship game and kind of took them aback. Took them aback, and they were a little bit taken aback by the way we played, and they had a great response in the playoff game. They jumped on us. They were all on us 27-17. Okay, and so I want to congratulate Coach Taylor on getting his kids ready to play. And but we stayed the course. We were able to cut it to 4 by half and wound up being down by 1 at the end of the third quarter, and really took control of the game in the fourth quarter. Our defense came to play again. Somebody asked me, well, what was the difference between the game in the district championship game and then the playoff game, the first round playoff game? Well, number one, human nature. Lakeland's going to be more ready to play. Number 2, human nature on our side. Okay, somebody asked me, what was on the court, what was the biggest difference? Okay, well, we did not move the ball. The ball and people were popping over at Lakeland High School district championship. We were focused. We were ready to play. And the ball was moving and popping. In Bartow, the ball kind of stuck a little bit. We kind of didn't move. We were kind of watching the game instead of moving and playing together. And so you go from 70, I think we scored 72 or 73 points to scoring 55 points. Now I want to give Lakeland some credit, but I'm also I'm challenging my kids, because for most of the first half we didn't move the ball. We kind of had to implore them, and we had to kind of smile nicely and say, now move the ball or else. If you want to keep playing, move the ball. And so we really didn't move the ball great. Even to start the third quarter, it was 31-27 at the half. In the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half, the ball still didn't move. But we finally got it moving late there in the third quarter. We kept the ball moving there in the fourth quarter, played inside out, and we were able I think we wound up winning by 7. We were up by 10 and couldn't make free throws late, and that's something we're working on. Yellow Jackets fans, we're working on it, so we understand the free throw concern, but we're working on it. It'll show up, okay? But we were able to win the game, a playoff game. Anytime you can win a playoff game, you take them any way you can get them, okay? We're not going to talk any offensive stats. What we will say is Rick Felix just dominated the glass. We talked to you guys last week about rebounding being like white on rice and peanut butter and jelly on a sandwich. And boy, we could have put some peanut butter, some Jiffy peanut butter mix and some grape jelly on the backboard, and he wiped them. It was like he was eating peanut butter and jelly. He 50 rebounds, but they were dominating rebounds. He just dominated physically. Anytime you can dominate an opponent like Lakeland, who they are physical, and we did the first game, and we did the second game, this championship game, but to do it again in the playoffs when they know what's coming, we kind of snuck up on them in this championship game, but they were ready to play, and he wiped the glass. Okay, and then Ed helped him. I think Rick had 15, 8 defensive, 7 offensive. Okay, Ed had 5, 4 offensive, 1 rebound. Antoine got 4 defensive rebounds. So, but Rick was the catalyst. I think Jay Sean got 4 or 5 rebounds. We just cleaned the glass. So if you want to know what Coach Bill, what's the one thing that happened and why you beat Lakeland the second time during 5 days, it was Rick Felix and the rest of the Yellow Jackets, because we believe that offense sells tickets, defense wins games, but in order to win a championship, you got to clean the glass. Boy, I'm getting goosebumps. He just cleaned the glass. He looked like a Yellow Jacket. Somebody said, well, Rick looks different. What's good? Well, all of the practices and games, he's finally starting to get a better understanding and really with how we play and how we want him to play. He was also great offensively, I think, with 12 points. He's got a nice face-up game to the basket. But, man, he cleaned the boys like nobody's business. I get excited about that. Okay, Messiah had 6 assists, hit a couple big threes in the fourth quarter, kept his turnovers down. Okay, our turnover percentage, we're not going to talk a lot of stats. It was under 20%. It creeped above 20% for the first time in the district championship game. In the second half, we got sloppy. It was under 20%. So to take care of the ball against Lakeland, and then you're talking about, now let's go back. Y'all remember now, fans, every game before about 3 weeks ago, we were averaging over 20% turnover percentage, 25% turnover percentage, 27%. One game against Kaplan, we had 36%. And then here in the last, we're 12-1 in the last 13 games. The only game we've been above 20% was the district championship game. We got a little slop in the fourth quarter, but we kept the turnovers down. So you kept Lakeland out of transition and made them play against our defense. And we're not elite, but we're close to elite defensively. We made a few mistakes defensively the first half, but we're getting there. And if we can get somebody to play against our defense 5-on-5, we like our chances. And so keeping the turnovers down helped with us. Not giving up second shots, rebounding helps with that. So it was good. I thought everybody was good in the win. And so we'll take the win. It's our second win. It was an important win. Lakeland beat us twice last year. And yes, we're keeping notes and including the district championship. And they beat us the first game, so that beat us 3 times in a row. And we don't want anybody beating us 3 times in a row. Nobody, and worse yet, nobody in Polk County. And so the number 1 to win the district championship was important, and number 2 to send a message. Now, hey, wait a minute now, you guys are good, but now come on now, and to do it in the playoffs, this is pretty good with this group. So we'll take that. That's our weekend review. We beat the Yellow Jackets beat the Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts are home. Yellow Jackets keep going. Great season by Coach Hen and those guys. A special shout out to Maury. Okay, Maury played at Bartow last year. And because for football purposes, he transferred to Lakeland. He sent me just a beautiful text after the game. He's got great character, so kudos to his mom and dad. I don't want to get into it, but it was just a great text that shows who he is. And so thank you, Maury. Shout out to him, and shout out to Lakeland for a great season and great competition. You guys made us better. And so we thank you for making us better. Okay, on to preview of this week. Tuesday at number 1 in the state in Class 6A Edgewater. We're excited to compete against the best. Somebody said, well, Coach, you guys have had a tough road. You got Lakeland. You had to play Lakeland twice, and that's tough to beat a team like that twice. And now you've got the number 1 team in the state. Well, the way I look at it is as an opportunity. And we want to play the best. And Edgewater is the best team, the rankings-wise, in 6A. Okay? First of all, Coach Mason's doing a great job. He's his first year coaching at Edgewater. He's got some coaching experience other places, doing a great job. They're 20-7. Okay, I've watched tape. You guys know I've been watching tape, and the guys have been watching tape, getting ready for the game. What do I see from Edgewater? They play great defense. They're super athletic. They're long. They got dunkers at 4 or 5 different spots. Okay, they really share the ball on offense. Okay, they play really hard. Okay, they're a worthy opponent for the Yellow Jackets. Okay, Tuesday, 7 o'clock at Edgewater. Okay, don't be there late. It should be a great crowd. We know they'll have a good crowd. We know the Yellow Jackets crowd will beat them there. We're looking forward to it. Okay, key players for Edgewater. Number 2, sophomore Donovan Williams. He's dynamic. When I say dynamic, if you turn around, he'll dunk on your head. So we got to be ready to play. 16 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2.3 steals. Sometimes you read somebody's statistics, you just say, well, he's doing that against Cream Puffs. Well, they played Victory. They played Winter Haven twice. Okay, they played Windermere twice. We know Windermere. They played in the Mosaic. They played Olympia twice. Okay, so they played. I believe they played Oak Ridge. So they played some great teams. Okay, and so he's not doing it against Cream Puffs, right? He's doing it against good players. He's dynamic. He can go downhill with both hands. He can dunk the ball. He's the best. He's really great at his mid-range game. He's great at anticipating steals. Okay, good defensively. Okay, he's just a dynamic player. He's about 6'4". Another kid, he's a junior. Williams is a sophomore. Donovan Williams, number 2. Number 4, Miles Mayfield is a junior. 6'7", 14 points, 8 rebounds. Can put the ball on the floor. Okay, can shoot a 3. Doesn't like to shoot 3, but can shoot a 3. Man, he is cleaning the boards. You're talking about Rick cleaning the boards. Well, we're going to see if we're a championship team or not. Because, okay, you say, well, what do you mean? Because we won a district, but we got some other goals. Well, championship teams can rebound the ball. And this team is a rebounding team. So can we rebound the ball? Now, we did it against Lakeland. That's great. But that gives you an opportunity to do it against a better team. So this team can rebound the ball. And Mayfield, number 4, is leading the charge. A dynamic rebounder. Another rebounder. They got another 6'7" kid, Ethan Simon. I don't know if he's any kin to Anthony Simon that played at Edgewater that's now playing in Portland. So I'm going to ask the coach when I get there, but that's number 11. He's about 6'7", shot blocker, shoots about 60% from the field because he's dunking everything, layups, rebounding, stuff like that. Another couple of kids, 23, can shoot. 12 is backup point guard, can also shoot. Okay, and then 1 and 10, athletic is all get out, good defenders. Both of them can dunk the ball. Man, we've got a worthy opponent. They look like a Polk County team. So for the people going over and watching the game, you're going to say, did we leave Polk County? I mean, it's like playing Lakeland, or it's like playing Winter Haven, or it's like playing Victory. And so we got a worthy opponent. And we've got a worthy opponent in Edgewater. And I want to tell everybody that the Yellow Jackets are a worthy opponent. We've gotten better. Our kids are bumping, we're thumping, we're playing Yellow Jacket basketball, we're practicing. We're getting better. We're getting better in practice. We're not just happy and excited to win 2 Mosaic games or to win the district title. So they got a worthy opponent just like we got a worthy opponent. We got to make it a game because they're the number 1 team in the state, but we're ready for the challenge. We got practice that's going on today on Monday, and then the game is tomorrow, and so it's gonna be a great game. Okay. So let's talk about what do we have to do to win the game very quickly. Okay. Well, the things we've been talking about for 12 shows. We got to defend at a high level. Can we be elite defensively? Okay, 3 or 4 parts to defense. So I'm gonna break this down. 3 or 4 parts. What are you working on in practice to get the team better? Okay, 3 or 4 parts of defense. First of all, our half-court defense, 5-on-5. We work on that every day. Then transition defense. Some people call them get-backs. We do that almost every day. You got to be able to keep teams like Edgewater. You got to be able to keep teams like Lakeland. You got to be able to keep teams like St. Cloud. You got to be able to keep teams like Windermere Prep and Gibbs out of transition. So transition defense we work on every day. Every day we work on it. Okay, we work on our full court defense. We believe in pressing. Nobody's pressed Edgewater. Well, we're gonna do what we do, and we may adjust it because they got great players. But we're gonna do what we do. So work on our full court defense every day. Okay, we work on special teams defense. What do you mean special teams defense, Coach? Well, they got underneath out of bounds. We call them blobs, and sideline out of bounds. We call them slobs, and we work on underneath out of bounds defense and slob defense every day. If you guys will go back to the Gibbs game, We got a few 5-second counts on underneath out of bounds. So that's special teams defense. We got some on Wyndham and Prep. I think we got one on Lakeland in the district championship game. Underneath out of bounds defense. So we work on I probably could break it down more, but 4 facets of defense, okay? Half court defense, full court defense, transition defense, all right, and special teams defense. We work on offense, how you get the team better. We work on offense every day, okay? There's 4 or 5 parts we can break down. We work on our half court offense, and we work on our motion offense. It was beautiful against Lakeland in the district championship game. I didn't hardly have to call a set, okay? We work on our sets as a part of half court offense, okay? Our motion wasn't working as good, so the second half against Lakeland in the fourth quarter, we have been saving those sets. We know that Lakeland knew them. We put them in our back pocket, and we saved them all year. We didn't run them there either time against them. Pop, we ran them. We got a couple of layups for Rick Felix and stuff like that with our sets. That's half court defense. We work on our transition offense. Some people call it a fast break offense. We are a fast breaking team. Don't mistake that we run a lot of sets, and people say Coach McGriff's organized and they very structured. We want to stuff it down your throat just like other people want to stuff it. So we work on our fast break offense. Every day we score fast break points against Lakeland in the fourth quarter. That's how we got the lead, right? We want to work on our press offense. So we know Lakeland presses. We know Edgewater has some presses. Our trap offense and passing the ball and be in the right spot. How do we get the turnovers down? We start working on that every day. Okay, and we do it. We work on our special teams offense. Coach McGriff, what is special teams offense? Well, okay, underneath out of bounds, we scoring points on underneath out of bounds. Okay, we were down against Lakeland 27-17. Pop, we get 2 baskets on underneath out of bounds. Side out of bounds, we had a turnover that Lakeland scored on because we went comatose for a second. But side out of bounds offense, and so and then we worked on late game offense. Okay, you saw that in the district championship game against Lakeland when we spread them out. You also saw it late in the game against Lakeland in the first round. So we're working to get better. We're working on rebound. Okay, we're working on rebounding and all the other stuff that make the team better. So teams getting better. Great opponent in Edgewater. Whoever wins the game will play Friday. The Yellow Jackets win. We're gonna have to travel. No matter what, we're on the road. We're going to either travel to Oviedo, they're the number 2 seed on Friday, or we'll travel to South Fort. South Fort is down in the Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie area. So we've got tape on both teams. We have not watched it. Wow, we've been all in on the Edgewater Eagles, but if we can win the game on Tuesday on the bus ride back, I'll have tape ready to go on Oviedo or South Fort. If Edgewater wins, those 2 teams will go to Edgewater because Edgewater is the number 1 seed. But the regional final, which is the Elite 8, the game before the Final Four, will be on Friday. And if we win, we'll go to Oviedo and to South Fort, and I don't care where the game is. It could be in Alaska, as long as we're playing. We play well on the road. I told somebody earlier in the year, we play well over at Lakeland, even though they ain't beaten us a couple of times there. We play well over there. We did, and I'll tell you again, we'll play well on Tuesday. Now, we got to play really well to win. We'll play well at Edgewater. So, okay. And I want to give a final, before we have questions, I want to give a shout out to the kids. Now, we're not done, but this is a college environment that we're putting the kids in. Okay, what do you mean, Coach Will? They're watching tape, they're evaluating tape every day, they're watching tape every day now. How has the team gotten better other than practice? We're watching tape every day. I sent them clips yesterday on Sunday. We practiced on Saturday. We watched some clips of Edgewater. We watched some clip of ourselves. The kids are really watching tape every day. They're helping with the game plan, and so I want to shout out to the kids for the rapid development that they have done. They have made to really improve and to turn themselves. We're a championship contender now. We ain't the only one, but we're a championship contender. And so I want to shout out to our kids. Keep doing it as we go into the game tomorrow against Edgewater Eagles at Edgewater. So now we'll open it up for a few questions.
Okay. In the middle of the season, the team was 8-8. What do you see different from that point in the season until now? A team that's won, 13 out of the last 14 games?
So I think it's 12 of the last 13.
12 of the last 13 games. What's different from that point until now?
We had a film session, and this is delicate to talk about, and I'm going to explain it as best I can, right? So we had a film session, and we got to talking. And we talked about our team not being emotionally connected. That we were connected because we got the same jersey. We were connected because we practice and we do plyometrics and we were together, but we weren't emotionally connected. We weren't spending enough time really emotionally trying to figure out each other. And so I think what you have seen over the last 3 weeks is us being more emotionally connected. Okay, it's tough to quantify. I don't know how to explain it in the how well you can see it on the court. But somebody said, well, it's a different team. Well, I take two things. I think we're more emotionally connected. I think that happens off the floor. And I think it's even happening now. Like it's Monday and in practice today, we're emotionally connected. In practice on Saturday, we were emotionally connected. In practice on Friday, in the games. And the kids make that decision. It wasn't a coach thing. We called it out. And the kids were asking questions, well, what do you mean? And we gave examples of what we weren't doing and what we needed to do to emotionally connect. And the kids did a great job. So that's the first thing. The second thing, because we're more emotionally connected, I don't care how good a coach you are. If the kids don't buy in and believe in what you're coaching, doesn't matter. So because the kids were starting to get more emotionally connected, they could also see that we were connected with them as coaches. And they bought in a little more to the discipline that we're trying to do, what we're doing on the court defensively, to the discipline off the court and how we run the program, and to sharing the ball. Turnovers went down, and why it was important for us to share the ball. And so I think emotional connectivity, difference in the team. And then I don't care what kind of coach you are. If the kids don't respond to it, doesn't matter. And so the kids have response. So they deserve the credit for those two things. We pointed it out because we did our job as coaches, but they put those two things together. And that's how you win 12 or 13 games. And you're talking about the last 6 or 7 of those games. You're talking about against playoff teams. You're talking about Windermere Prep still in the playoffs, Gibbs still in the playoffs. St. Cloud got put out by Edgewater, right? Lakeland we put out. So that's what you're seeing.
Okay. And the last question is, we're going to Edgewater, hostile environment. How are those practices? Do y'all have lighter practices, or do you ramp it up more and be more intense and things like that?
I'm laughing because some of my parents are probably going to watch this thing lighter practices. Okay, so let me break it down how we do it. This is great for the fans. This is great because we got some young coaches watching. We do not believe in load management. That's a pro thing. We got 16, 17, 18-year-old boys. Okay, they can handle it. They play 6 games a weekend during travel ball season. And so do we ramp it down? Okay, we spend less time on the floor because we watch tape. So we do spend less time on the floor because we watch more tape. Man, we're watching 30 to 60 minutes of tape a day. This is the college. People talking about they want their kids to go to college. This is a college level program. We're watching 30 to 60. The kids, they deserve the credit. 30 to 60 minutes of tape a day. We're cutting tape, okay, and watching it a day. But when we practice, okay, so Saturday's practice, it got a little bit physical, and we had to say, hey, let's settle down. So actually, we're getting more competitive, which I like. We're gonna make it to beat Lakeland. We couldn't ramp it down because of how physical they are. We had to ramp it up to beat Edgewater tomorrow. We can't say ramp it down. Now we will be more judicious, like in today's practice on Monday. We will be more judicious, but we ain't ramping it down. It's not. But now you see, well, how is the team getting better? Well, that's how the team's getting better. Okay, we getting after it now. Like, okay, you guys got a glimpse into a practice in November, December. Well, it's more intense now, and the team is better. We're a whole team. We figured out the rotation a little bit. It's more bumping, it's more grinding, it's more discipline. We're coaching as hard now as we were in November. But the kids are responding. Last year they did not respond as well to the coaching. They have bought in because they want to keep playing. And so let's see what we got Tuesday. But yeah, we don't load the manage in Baltimore. We get out. Yeah. See everybody in Orlando Edgewater tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
701 West Lime Street, baby.